Scott here. I just wanted to talk to you all about my new channel. Just be talking about gaming news, Xbox stuff. I'm an Xbox gamer for the most part. Have a PlayStation as well. So a little bit about the gaming world and everything. And specifically what I'm here to talk to y'all about is this Activision ABK Microsoft deal has been a whirlwind for the past, 16, 18 months, going back and forth, court cases, tweets, everything in terms of going to regulatory bodies and all this news and stuff like that. And some of the biggest news has just happened in the 11th hour of this deal. As reported by Tom Warren of The Verge, Sony has signed an agreement or reached an agreement with Microsoft in order to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation. Sony has effectively bent the knee, which is very interesting due to the fact that they've done this posturing over the whole 18 months, how it's going to be terrible and this is going to be woe is me and doom and gloom for the Sony brand, just to end up signing the deal that everybody else signed a couple months ago. This could have been over, but they wanted to, as people say, gum up the works in terms of this deal. Very, very interesting. I guess we'll probably never know what the terms of this deal is. If it's, what are the revenue splits? What is I'm sure they'll let us know what the time is potentially somewhere down the road. But it's very, very interesting. Jim Ryan going to all the regulatory bodies and having a fit and getting very upset about what's going on, wanting to try to stop this deal. And then you see those emails that say that he wasn't even worried about it being an exclusive play from the beginning and that he just wanted to stop the deal. So in the 11th hour, Sony had no choice. What were they going to do? Not have Call of Duty on their platform when Microsoft is offering you a contract? Then at that point, you're to blame, not Microsoft. You are, because you're not coming to the table and let's negotiate. So obviously it's the 11th hour of the deal. Microsoft defeated the FTC twice earlier in this week. And Lena Khan had to sit in front of Congress and get grilled, get absolutely smoked about how she's losing these cases. And I believe they lost 25% of their budget, which I'm not too mad at because I'm a taxpayer and it seems like they're wasting a lot of money over there. But once you jump over all your hurdles in the US, you have the CMA who, in my opinion, the CMA is posturing right now. They're going to come to an agreement with Microsoft, and it might happen more immediately now that they're the only ones who really oppose it. I think there's like 2 other countries that haven't submitted their thoughts on it. I think it's New Zealand and I don't know the other country. But so you're on an island. The CMA is on an island. Even Sony, their biggest competitor, has agreed to a deal to make this happen because they can see the writing on the wall. So I think the CMA thing is a little bit of posturing. They want to be able to from a political standpoint, say, hey, we pushed this deal to the brink and we scrutinized it as much as possible before we were able to agree to it. And I'm sure that'll get them, some political clout, I guess. But at the same time, a lot of their government on their side is kind of like, why are you holding this deal up as well? And they have some questions to ask for the CMA. So it's very interesting. Microsoft bending the knee, say, hey, I need those knees. And Sony's like, okay, we have to, we have no choice. I've seen some hilarious memes about Jim Ryan, like his nose, they made his nose super long as he's talking, and all these other memes that are just hilarious. And this whole trial overall has been entertaining. Like, even if you're not a gaming fan, even if you're someone who's not big into the gaming space, just watching how this deal unfolded and some of the intricacies of it all, some of the budgets that people have spent on video games, some of the viewpoints, watching the FTC absolutely get smoked in court because it seems like they prepared 2 days before the court case was very entertaining as well, and lets me know kind of what my taxpayer dollars are paying for. It might not be going towards the best thing. But it's very interesting. There'll be a ton of Xbox news that'll be coming out soon in terms of Game Pass, in terms of Starfield, in terms of this deal closing and seeing what implications that has on releases and future projects and things of that nature. One of the things that I'm super invested in, or not invested, but I'm super interested in, is to see how the structure of Activision, Blizzard, King will be after this merger's done. I think Bobby Kotick, he's out of there. You know, he's gonna take his golden parachute of $400+ million, and I'm sure it won't happen immediately because he'll have to groom someone to take over the business side. But I mean, it's just a bad look to have him continue to be in management long term when all these allegations and rumors and all that stuff are surrounding him. And Microsoft, for the most part, has been a good company in terms of company morale. And I mean, I had some layoffs recently and stuff like that, which is very unfortunate. But they've been good in terms of their morale and how they've done things for the most part, and their culture that they've built there. So I assume that they're going to be more hands-on, because you have to be. Like, it's an expectation at this point. So it'll be interesting to see, like, if they have a little round table with Bobby Kotick and Phil and Mike Ybarra and all of those folks, and say, like, have that welcome to the family thing like they did with Bethesda. That'll be very interesting. And also, like, just what other projects will come of this. I mean, there's so many IPs that Microsoft will have access to, and the question is, will they bring them? I mean, Microsoft, I'm an Xbox fan, but they fumbled the bag so many times. They've had it, they've secured it, it's been in their hands, and they'll fumble it and they'll drop it. And it'll break open, and other people will run up and start taking their goods. So it's like, as an Xbox fan, I'm cautiously optimistic. You see good projects out there like Hellblade, that looks phenomenal. Haven't seen the combat yet, but there have been dev diaries that have talked about how extensive they went into rebuilding the combat, amplifying the combat, because the combat in the first game was not terrible. It just was bland. I mean, you had heavy attack, light attack, and like a running heavy attack and a running light attack. Other than that, that was it. So, but you've seen in the dev diaries that they've went really into combat and tried to spruce it up, give it more options, give it more depth. So hopefully that comes to fruition. We haven't seen it yet, so you got to be cautious. Like I said, cautiously optimistic in terms of, like, I need to see this combat. Like, I've seen the visuals. The visuals look amazing. Running on a Series X, it looks phenomenal. It could be one of the best looking games to ever come out. But I gotta see it in action. I gotta see the combat. I gotta see, just give me like a 5-minute fight scene of Hellblade, and I'll shut up. Like, I'll continue I'll be content with that, and I'll continue to support, obviously. So you have that. Starfield is looking like a very interesting project. So you got to see Microsoft, like, you're making all these acquisitions, and that's fine. That's cool. But you got to be able to bring them to the finish line. And I think with Activision, Blizzard, King, I could see Microsoft taking more of a hands-on approach, because I know that their whole motif is, hey, we're gonna step back and let these studios do their thing. Sometimes that doesn't work out, though. Sometimes you got to be a little more heavy-handed in terms of making sure that these projects are hitting the finish line. So hopefully we see it. Like and subscribe if you like my commentary. I'll be going over some things. Any of the news that we have coming out, I'll probably put out videos on. And let's get it from the mud. I mean, obviously, like, there's a lot of commentators out there on these situations, but I think I can offer like a cool little perspective. And everybody tells me my voice is good for radio, so I'm just trying this whole thing out, and hopefully it turns out to be cool. If you like it, feel free to like, subscribe. If you hate it, feel free to tell me, because I want to improve. So feel free to tell me what I can do to continue to make these videos better. This video is very raw, by the way. I just decided today to start filming it. Just kind of got like, hey, I want to get my perspective on this thing, because I was having a conversation with a homie of mine, and he was like, yo, like, the way you kind of cover this and what you've told me about it, because he wasn't privy to what was going on. He's like, it's very interesting. So now I'm just trying to do these like gaming news, opinions type things. And I know there's a lot of those out there. So Like I said, feel free to like and subscribe. Let's get it from the mud. Y'all have a good day. I'm about to go hit the road and drive to Chicago. So hope like and subscribe if you like it. If you don't, let me know in whatever ways. And y'all have a great day. All right, peace.